Electrodialysis is a membrane process during which ions are transported through a semi-permeable membrane under the influence of an electric potential. How does it work, you may ask? Well, the membranes are cation selective or anion selective, which means that either positive ions or negative ions will flow through. Anion selective membranes, or the cathode, are polyelectrolytes with positively charged matter. This rejects positively charged ions and allows negatively charged ions to flow through. Anion selective membranes are the opposite of cation selective. The cathode is made out of polystyrene with quaternary ammonia, while the anode is made out of sulfonated polystyrene. As you can see, multiple membranes are placed in a row. This is done to allow positively or negatively charged ions to flow through. The ions can then be removed from the wastewater. The flow stream with the lesser ions is known as the diluate, while the flow stream with the waste ions is known as the concentrate. Organics are present here as well, as they do not carry electrical charges. If that was a little confusing, just watch how it operates. Here it is again. After continuous use, you'll need to clean the dirty membranes. Acid can be used to dissolve calcium carbonate, which causes scaling on the surface of the membrane. Chlorine gas may be formed in the process of doing so too. Membrane fouling can be caused by accumulated colloidal particles or slimes. Electrodialysis reversal can be used to remove these fouling agents. There are two processes that can be used in electrodialysis. Firstly, there's the batch process, the simpler of the two. Here, the solution is circulated in the system through the stack until it reaches target conductivity. This leads to high energy consumption. The concentrate stream is partially recycled to reduce wastewater volume and is injected with acid to prevent scaling. It may not seem like it, but electrodialysis is used in our everyday world. The first application is the desalination of salt water. Next, it can be used in the removal of salt and acids in pharmaceutical solutions. It can also be used for the stabilization of wine. Lastly, it can be used for food processing. Want to know more? Here are some advantages. Firstly, no phase change is required, which results in relatively low energy consumption. Secondly, when brackish water is desalted, limited pretreatment is required before usage. Typically, only chlorination for disinfection will be needed. Thirdly, as ED system removes only ionized species, it is particularly suitable for separating non-ionized from ionized components. Lastly, osmotic pressure is not a factor, thus the pressure can be used for concentrating salt solutions to 20% or higher. Just like people, electrodialysis isn't perfect. Here are some disadvantages to using it. The first disadvantage is that organic matter, colloids, and silicon oxide are not removed. The feed water also requires biological pretreatment to prevent fouling of the membranes. And elaborate controls are also required to maintain optimal conditions. Last but not least, selection of materials for membrane and stack is important to ensure compatibility with the feed. Before we go today, are you ready for some fun facts? Is anyone born on the 21st of February? Because that's when electrodialysis was born too. Can you guess what's being drawn? If you guess plate and frame, you're right. Electrodialysis uses a plate and frame module because it causes less fouling. Singapore's own new water treatment plant uses CEDI, which stands for Continuous Electrodeionization. That brings us to the end of the video. See you next time!
Oh my god, erasing skills. Hi already, oh my god.
Where's the eraser though?
Okay. God, it's so ugly.
You forgot the two dots on the coconut.
It's not erase! No. Not the whole thing! Why erase my title?
Right, no, just continue.
Faster! this rubber a bit slow. I
See,
erase lah, I can erase.